in general, I would say go watch Chris Trump on YouTube. He has the best videos, just really breaking down in a simple way how to make each of the natural farming inputs. If I was going to suggest which ones I think are maybe the most valuable that are not hard or a lot of work, I would say labs, LAB, stands for lactic acid bacteria. That's a great one for, you can do all sorts of things with it. Like it's a great probiotic for humans too, but it is good at fighting off fungal bacterial issues. It can also help chelate and break down minerals in the soil. It'll help to just give the plants more resilience. It's like giving your plants a probiotic, I guess, for their immune system. Fermented plant juice is also very easy. It's just the concept is you're feeding whatever plant you're growing, you're feeding it back to itself. So like if you were growing tomatoes, you would take and let's say it's in the fruiting phase of like they're producing their fruit, you would collect the ripe fruit and ferment that with sugar. And then you could spray that solution diluted 1 to 1,000. It's going to be hard to remember all this, but like you dilute it 1 to 1,000, spray it on your crop. So now you're feeding back to the plant all the enzymes and nutrients that are in that thing. So like in the veg phase, like cannabis growers, like they're huge on this thing. So like in the veg phase of the plant, whether that's a cannabis or like whatever it is, lettuce or tomatoes, you would harvest that plant at that veg phase, ferment it, and then spray it back on the plant when it's in that phase. That's a decent one. Indigenous microorganisms are really good to use. It's just more effort and work and time. That's where I like the Jadam microbial solution because it's so much easier to create it. And let's see. A lot of the other ones will take more time. Like you can make your own. Basically, it's a better version of fish hydrolysate, where you ferment fish for like 6 months, or you can do a shorter 3-month fermentation. But you can make your own. You're right by you have access to fish being in your area. Seawater, you can ferment seawater, and that can be a supplemental mineral spray, and that'll help adjust your pH too to bring it up.
Yeah, we talked about kelp.
Yeah, kelp and seaweed.
Kelp's great.
Because we got time, right? So
yeah, you could go collect that. There's what's it called? If you want a book on how to make these things, if you go to, I'll just share this with you. If I chat it to you, yeah. This website is like the one place you can get the books. Like they go out of print and things, but that has his books if you want like the breakdown of all that. But on Chris Trump or was it pureknf.com? That's Drake's website. So Drake, who's in Hawaii, and then Chris Trump, who's in Idaho. Those two Americans are like the best teachers, English-speaking teachers of KNF. So like that's who I'd recommend if you want to dive more into that.
Nice. That is something we definitely we want to be doing for sure.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of
it. And I think like watching your stuff, you've had great success with it. So.
Yep, and lots of farmers do. But it's the thing is like it's like we're all doing these different things that are like we're all going towards the same goal. Like we're all trying to increase the microbes, the organic matter, all these things, but we're using these different techniques. Like you could just use straight up compost, just really high quality compost, and that's all you use. There's no other fertilization. And I've seen many farms succeed with just that. But you can also do these other things too, and those work really well too. So it's like pick what you want and what makes sense for your context, or what you want to do. Because a lot of the KNF stuff's cool, or Jadam, because it's very low cost and very effective, versus bringing in like a ton of compost.
Yeah,
right? That also works. If you have the money, just dropping in compost is or just doing that to start with is super beneficial, I think. start with that, and then keep feeding it with these natural, very
Yeah.
inexpensive ways.
Right. Yeah, the problem out here is that it sells so fast, and it's not, you get it. And I've seen this landscaping, it's not fully composted.
Yeah.
No, it's just, and they're just running their business, right? They're trying it. And now they're full on admitting it right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's so if we did buy it, I think I'd like to buy it and then just let it sit,
That's a good idea.
right?
Yeah.
So then could we just like add things while it's sitting to kind of like promote better?
Mm. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I definitely would start there. Just get the microbes in the soil. That's like number one.
Okay.
If you're gonna, especially if you want to just boost things, like just fish hydrolysate is such a good. That's like a go-to natural fertilizer, I think, uh, for like the NPK and all that good stuff, and it's great for biology too, fungal life.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you just can't go wrong with that one. If you're gonna use a type of fertilizer, I think.